Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we've had a pretty big sell-off. Trend is still up on the 8-hour though, and we're in this area of potential support. So I'm just going to do that. You can see there's a lot going on in this zone, and the 4100 and the 4150 are the two areas that you need to pay attention to. So for me, currently, this is a rejection of this area, so a break above that 8-hour bar would give the move to the upside. There is a weekly gap to the upside, so keep that in the back of your mind. There are gaps further down as well, so keep that in the back of your mind. So the big question is what's going to happen in this zone. And if we drop down to, sorry, before we get there, oscillators, look how they're starting to group to the downside. Nothing confirmed yet, but they are definitely heading in that direction. And if you look at the 3-hour, we're already grouped to the downside. However, we've had a bit of a crossover. We've dropped below the moving averages, and we had a relatively strong uptrend, which was just destroyed in one day. So the big question at the moment is what is going to happen inside of this zone? And I'm just going to have to put one more level here. Actually take it as far as that. So you see we've got 4 levels here. I'll give them to you now on the lower time frames. But pay attention to this area. You can see there was a lot of backwards and forth here. And now what we're doing is we're basically consolidating sort of in the similar area at the moment. Oscillators group the downside as well. Something you need to pay attention to. And when we get to the hour, which is what we want to trade, you can see we've been hovering down the bottom for most of yesterday. Nothing, with no real opportunity to get in on this trend. That happened on Friday, which would have been this rejection here, that rejected levels and it rejected the 155. But I definitely wouldn't have got in and held it over the weekend. But clearly some people did. So we've got this weekly gap here. We've had a very strong move down as people are now panicking about the interest rate hike again. And look to the left, you can see a lot of interest, should I say, in this zone before finally breaking it out. And that was based on data. And now we're all the way back in that area again. So for me right now, there's nothing really. I suppose a continuation short for me is going to be somewhere in this zone at 41.72. So rejection up there, nice tight stop loss for a move down. I am concerned about this 41.50 area. And see how we're hovering it. We're hovering in it at the moment. And then obviously 4100 would be an area where I would expect people to take profit and possibly longer term investors to see that as a value area. Looking at the 15-minute, another pretty useless setup that's happening. We do have, just want to fine tune that. So we do have this area we've just rejected now, but look how tight this range is. It can go anyway. So we're basically ranging between 41.50 and 41.45. I would definitely prefer jumping in short higher up. Now, one of the things that I am concerned about here is you can see how this trend line has been pretty impressive. And in other words, it's sort of adhered to its structure. It has gone a little bit parabolic. You can see as it's curving here. And now this little move today has broken that trend line and broken that parabolic curve. So, the question is, are we looking for longs? Are we looking for shorts? What is the structure? And we're going to have to get, in my opinion anyway, a break of 41.50, a rejection higher up, and I would expect that rejection to come off there. So at 41.73, so that would be an area to get a quick short. And what we're looking at is roughly a 200-point stop loss. Your stop will need to be above this area here. and you'd be looking at a 200-point gain. So it's a one-to-one trade because you'd definitely be aiming for this 4150 area again. The alternative here is a breakdown, and I've got a level here. I'm just going to put it somewhere there. So what? Okay, so 4142, break of 4142, retest of that. Then you're looking at this 4100 area to the downside. But just coming back to the 3 hour, that's not kind of the move I'd be looking at. We've got an inside bar, oscillators group to the downside. I do have a 3 hour level, which is this swing low here at 4137. So I definitely have some structure. So yeah, for me, whatever happens here, if I start getting a 3 hour, another inside bar or a pin bar or an engulfing bar, then I'm looking for longs. And I'm looking for longs to come and test this area at 4200. That's kind of the setup that I've got at the moment. It's not cast in stone, that's for sure. It's all over the place right now, and it just shows you the confusion and the fear that's in the market at the moment around the interest rate hikes. And I'm just not sure. Let me just check whether that is something that is going to impact that today. I don't think so. We've got new home sales coming out today that may give us something to worry about or to watch. And then the other thing that we have tomorrow is pending home sales and then crude oil inventory. That shouldn't impact us. Core durable goods orders may also impact us. So that's another bit of data tomorrow is coming out. So the fear is around inflation, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. So with the interest rate interest rate hike is as expected. There shouldn't be any fireworks. If it is higher than expected, you expect some selling, and if it is lower than expected, expect some buying. So that's kind of the short and sweet of it. But that is a fair way away. It's not happening this week. So anyway, watch out for this level. I'm not interested in this market at the moment. I think I'm going to rather just sit back and watch. Just wait for an area of structure before start getting too excited. Or alternatively, what I may do later tonight is once the market's opened and we've settled, just to get in on the 5 minute and start looking for structure on the 5 minute and just get some scalps in. For me, it'll be late evening, but that's kind of the only view that I've got at the moment. And also watching the 5 minute trend lines, because that's going to give me an indication of where the market's moving. And if you look at the 5 minutes at the moment, it is all over the place, so going nowhere. Anyway, that's kind of my confused outlook for today. Definitely not going to get involved in this today. Can't see anything on Forex, can't see anything on the indexes that's worth paying attention to. So I will wait for a better day. Hope that helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.